Wow, this is getting really weird, man. John X Army. He had three of his channels taken down, and he did an interview with somebody on YouTube, and it's getting really bad for him. He had three Gmail accounts. He had three channels on YouTube, all taken down, and also uh, can't get access to. Um, he had, uh, you know, on your phone, you could download apps on your phone, okay? And you could download, say, PayPal. You download any app, food delivery app. Uh, any food delivery app. And, well, he tried downloading a couple of food delivery apps, and they all run through the Google Play Store. And he tried. I mean, it's awfully funny that how far. I mean, they're willing to go. Okay. I mean, I've watched. I want to come on here. I want to. Let's see. Hold on here. Oh, there it is. I'm gonna do it on my iPhone. Okay. Okay, YouTube. Okay. Let's see. John X Army. Okay. Okay. Now this was. Your John X Army channel. Okay. There's no John X Army channel. Like no channel at all. Um, okay, John X Army 2. Okay. Okay, there's no channel at all. He's like completely wiped off of YouTube and Google. So it's gonna see it's either he scrubbed his channel, all what people are saying, or he's completely gone over YouTube. But he's has a PayPal account. Um, but he mentioned in the interview that when he talked about that George Floyd's death may be staged, That is wow. Um, man, dude, he's going down deep in the rabbit's ass hole. Um, the only time that a channel is removed is pressure from people, even from the media, or due to some weird, crazy reason, or whatever that may be, or the channel had many complaints of its content, the creator had some issues. There's a channel where the guy was going around and it was live, and he'll walk up to girls, kiss them, or grab their ass, or some shit like that. And he got into some hot water, not just with YouTube, but also the authorities. Sometimes channels are suspended over talking about a certain controversial issue, controversial title of the video. The video becomes controversial. um, I've seen channels that I'm subscribed to get booted. Booted. Or I would lose my subscription to the channel. The channels that no longer there, or they pulled me from being a subscriber to, because these channels are interesting. And there's also channels that are that's just created to troll and be used to go after other channels that have a pretty good following. This channel alone has 575 subscribers, and I've been trying to grow for years. You know, it'll be 5 years in December 15th. My first channel will be around for 9 years in November. So I admit I have some videos removed. I've had some removed for unknown reasons. No reason. Got no say, hey, yo, dude, we're removing your video for this reason and shit. So, YouTube, like I said, it is a good platform. Don't get me wrong, it is a good platform, but it has some freaking issues. It has issues. I did a video about about 2-3 years ago. It's about 2-3 years ago, and I mean I've seen other people do a preview of, say, the Galaxy phones, the U11, the U line for HTC. Like, I'm using a HTC U11 Live phone. Doing this. It's a good phone. It has 35 megabytes. I mean, I gotta be honest with you. I mean, it's just that. Um, um, I just think that I mean, and Google's a good company, but they too got issues. They got issues. Um, if you're a content creator and had a channel or video removed for unknown reasons, and they didn't give you the reason, put it in the comments section. Um, Videos are removed when even you question an issue. Um, like 2 years ago, around February, 2 years ago, when that shooting happened. I got blown away because a video I did, I was just merely questioning. But yeah, I had a theory, I had a question, but it seems that YouTube didn't like me questioning any of the about the shooting here, and that video was removed. I got a strike. And I have no idea who put that strike there and why. I don't know if it was somebody within YouTube or somebody that's in the video, and it's kind of like, wow, Mark. And I did a second video that got moved 3 months later. So, so when John X Army talked about that George Floyd's death may be staged, and I'm sitting there scratching my head. I'm like, dude, that is. But people were comparing this thing with the cop and George Floyd, and all of a sudden say, well, George Floyd's bald, but how sudden he grew hair and got tattoos. Or the cop. That's why I say, well, the cop's this guy, and not this guy. Well, witnesses stated that these two did not get along. The cop had issues with black people. Why is he a cop in the first place is beyond me. It's but Temple reported on a story by the Gateway Pundit that a young mom, was gunned down. She was with her husband or boyfriend at the time, and a group BLM members were just, I don't know if they were members or what. They were walking by, saying Black Lives Matter, and when she said All Lives Matter, that's when they pulled the guns out, and then things were kind of calm for a split second. Then they group pass them, then turn around, shot the young mom in the head. Shot the young mom in the head. Now, how many people have died so far because of this bullshit? How many? How many people have died? How many people are going to die because of these fuckers, you know? Cops have a duty. Now it's a year in jail for even a headlock. Okay? Most of these city council people in cities that are run by Democratic, a good portion of them are Democrats. So they're wanting to defund, and they want to strip away a cop's defense skills and shit. Non-violent, non-techniques. You know, and even though they try to arrest, they get touched by other dumbasses who's trying to stop them from making the arrest. Okay? What you're doing is you're assaulting a police officer, trying to intervene. It's still assault. Still assault. Okay, if they want to defund the police, how about we defund Black Lives Matter and Antifa? Follow the money. Follow the money. Defund these groups. Make them broke. I mean, the only way that you can do it is sue these motherfuckers so damn much. Go after the backers. Sue the backers. Sue Act Blue. Sue 1,000 Current, who are the money motherfuckers. Go after them. Take the money away from Black Lives Matter. Take the money away from Antifa. If you take away the money, if you freeze the assets, and I mean literally freeze the assets where nobody touched the money at all, you freeze the assets of Act Blue, you freeze the assets of 1,000 Currents, who are the money motherfuckers for BLM. No chapter will get any money, any funding, because assets are frozen. Can't touch the money. Can't do shit. You're going to be flat fucking broke, motherfucker. You're going to be flat fucking broke. How do you go after the funding for Antifa? You freeze the assets of George Soros. You freeze the assets of his organizations. You go after the resources. You go after that, freeze the assets and shit. And I mean, you gotta understand, they are getting to the point where people are going to die. Okay? People are dying. They're getting shot. Okay? They are getting shot, man. They're getting shot. That's a 60-year-old man was shot at by a member of Antifa. He got shot at, went to the hospital, came out fine, he's fine. The person that shot at his vehicle was arrested. So, here's where it needs to be nipped in the bud. These idiots that killed that mom, those kids, especially that 8-year-old girl, should be locked up. But I'll tell you what, if they get caught, and the general population, because the people in prison, they already know before you go in there and shit. And they're going to find you, beat your ass, maybe even put you to pasture in a conventional sense. See, if you murder a child, molested a child, or hurt a woman, or rip a woman, you are not going to last very long in jail or in prison. See, they think through political power they could walk away unscathed, charges dropped, and they could go back living their lives while their victims are laying there in their grave. Well, things need to change. People are dying because they're not bowing down. They're not. Like, there's a video of some chick trying to blackmail a cop into saying Black Lives Matter. He comes back, all lives matter. Look, I'm not going to apologize for saying all lives matter. I'm not. I will never apologize for saying it because all lives do matter. Because if you're just going to throw out the term, you're basically, you'll hear about Latino lives matter, Asian lives matter, kids' lives matter. See, Black Lives Matter is not a slogan. It's not a protest. It's an organization, a Marxist organization. But now you have armed militants, you have the Black Panthers that don't agree with Black Lives Matter. And you got this armed militant group. I don't mind a militia, but when you get to the point where it's a racial thing, that's where it gets really funky. It gets really cattywampus. Do you really have to kill someone because they say all lives matter? Do you really have to assault somebody that's a conservative and black? I mean, black conservatives are being called out, being accused of being Uncle Tom's, race traitor, you name it, because they left and became Republicans, stopped being Democrats. They call them Uncle Tom's, race traitors and shit. Okay? Frederick Douglass became a Republican. A good majority of black people became first members of their race to be members of Congress and the Senate. Thurgood Marshall became the first black Supreme Court judge. Jackie Robinson became the first black Major League ball player. Drafted by former late owner Branch Rickey. Okay. Branch Rickey didn't see color. He saw humanity. And when he saw Jackie Robinson play, he became amazed and wanted to bring him in to play for the Brooklyn Dodgers. Josh Gibson played in the Negro League. And in one season, he hit 75 home runs in one season. Damn good player. The record should have been right there. By the time, they didn't see a black guy who could hit that many home runs in one season. Barry Bonds hit 73. He was 2 home runs shy of tying Josh Gibson. And that would have been really cool. It just didn't happen. Willie Mays, one of the greatest center fielders of all time. One of the greatest of all time. And he played for the Giants for many, many years. Then he was traded to the Mets. Never thought Willie Mays would be a Met. I mean, Jim Brown, one of the badasses in football. I mean, one of the toughest running backs of all time. One of the toughest guys. Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain scored 100 points in a game. 100 points. Still stands today. Kobe Bryant came close when he scored 81. 81. Now, do you think that LeBron James can do that? Now these days? No. No. I tell you what, LeBron James is no Michael Jordan. He'll never be a Michael Jordan, not by a long shot. he will never be a Wilt Chamberlain, not by a long shot. A Kobe Bryant, not even a long shot. Could it be a Shaq? Oh fuck no. Hell no. Could it be a Magic Johnson? No, not even long shot. Not even by a fucking mile here. Now you have Al Sharpton demanding that Roger Goodell bring back Colin Kaepernick. Hello, the commissioner of football didn't suspend Colin Kaepernick. He didn't ban Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick left. He rejected a $15 million deal. The motherfucker turned it down. So who's to blame? Swollen Colin Kaepernick. He's to blame. His parents are white, dude. He's adopted by a white couple. And he says that 4th of July is a white supremacist day. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself, man. Independence Day is for everybody. Not just... It's for everybody. Because we are celebrating our independence, man. Governor Newsom says he tried to cancel 4th of July. This cocksucker tried to cancel 4th of July here in California. Oh, fuck that shit, dude. Fuck that. Fuck that. It ain't gonna happen, man. You're not going to cancel someone's 4th of July. It's happened all over California, all over the country, all over California. Fireworks went off. Everybody had a good time. Damn good time. And just insanely that the Democrats are enjoying this cancer culture. Cancer. How about we cancel Antifa? How about we cancel Black BLM? Freeze their assets. I mean, literally freeze their bankers and shit. Because if you freeze their assets, that means Black Lives Matter ain't getting no funding. They're not going to get $809,000 for travels and expenses. They're not going to get their $1.6 million for consulting. They're not going to get their $2.1 million in salaries. They're not going to get their $320,000 per chapter. Really? There's a point to all this, you understand? There's a point to all this. Now they're saying that white people are using their white privilege. Okay? Let's go over here. Okay. What is privilege? Privilege is wearing $200 sneakers when you never had a job. Privilege is wearing $300 Beats headphones while living on public assistance. Privilege is a smartphone with a data plan which you receive no bill for. Privilege is living in public subsidized housing when you don't have no water bill, where rising property taxes and rent, energy costs have absolutely no effect on the amount of food you can put on the table. Privilege is the ability to go march against and protest against anything that triggers you without worrying about you. So, again, privilege is the ability to go march against and protest against anything that triggers you without worrying about calling out of work and the consequences that accompany such behavior. Privilege is having as many children as you want, regardless of your employment status, and be able to send them off to daycare or school you don't pay for. Now that's Antifa and BLM privilege. It ain't white privilege. It's Antifa and BLM's privilege. That's their privilege. Now, they're saying that white people are using their privilege. Yeah. It's called waking up, having a job. Waking up, having a job, supporting your wife and kids. Still pay your taxes. That's privilege. Privilege. Privilege of having a good night's sleep knowing that you gotta go to work in the morning. Privilege of being able to live a life. Privilege is going to school, getting a degree, starting a business, busting your ass out to have a life, going to school, getting education, getting a degree in any field, pharmacy tech, pediatrician, doctor, lawyer, veterinarian, a farmer, teacher, privilege is privilege. Having the privilege to serve your country, that's privilege. Not just that, but it's an honor to serve your country. That's privilege. It ain't white privilege, it's privilege for a purpose in life. Privilege is going to school and expanding your mind. Expanding your mind. Because what you're doing is you're opening your mind instead of opening your mouth. Privilege. Being able to wake up in the morning next to someone you love. Not just privilege, but an honor to wake up to the person you love. That's both honor and privilege. What is privilege?